Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt that quiet, almost confusing frustration because your skin no longer looks the way it once did? You notice that fine, papery texture that seemed to appear out of nowhere. Maybe the area around your jawline feels softer, less defined. Perhaps you see those subtle, crepey lines forming on your arms or along your neck. And the most frustrating part is that you are doing everything you have been told is right. You drink water faithfully, sometimes more than 8 glasses a day. You carry a bottle with you, you make an effort, yet instead of the plump, glowing skin you expected, your skin still feels thirsty. It looks dull, thinner, less resilient. That leads to the same discouraging question so many people silently ask themselves: why am I doing everything right, but my skin keeps looking more fragile? If any part of that feels familiar, take a breath, because you are not alone, and this is not a personal failure. This experience is extremely common, especially after the age of 60. For years, I have studied the biological changes that happen as our bodies mature, and I hear this exact story over and over. People tell me their reflection no longer matches the energy and vitality they still feel inside. It can feel like your body is betraying you despite your efforts, but what you are experiencing is not something you simply have to accept as inevitable. There is a specific reason why the old hydration advice stops working the same way. This is not about needing more expensive creams or dramatic procedures. It comes down to a change in how your body functions internally. The advice to drink more water is not wrong, but at this stage of life, it is incomplete. It is like being given only part of the instructions. The solution is not trying harder. It is understanding the new rules your body now operates by. The real issue is not a lack of water in your system. It is a growing disconnect between that water and your skin's internal structure. The firmness and elasticity of skin depend on collagen, a protein that forms the supportive framework underneath the surface. As we age, our natural collagen production declines, so even when you drink plenty of water, there is less structure available to hold that water in place. Imagine watering a plant that has almost no soil. Water is essential, but without the foundation to anchor it, you cannot create fullness or strength. This leads to an invisible mistake that many health-conscious people make every single day. We rely on plain water alone as our main hydration strategy, but hydration requires synergy. Skin cells need more than just H2O. They need the nutritional support that allows collagen to be built and maintained. The issue is not drinking water. The issue is the missing context that allows that water to actually support structure. Beneath the surface of your skin, what you see in the mirror reflects changes in your internal architecture. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the body. It provides structure not only to skin, but also to bones, tendons, and connective tissues. When we are younger, collagen forms a tight, springy network that keeps skin firm and smooth. That is the reason young skin holds moisture so well and looks full and resilient. The cells responsible for producing collagen are called fibroblasts. As we age, these cells slow down. Starting in our 20s, we lose about 1% of collagen each year, and this decline accelerates later in life. The once dense network becomes thinner and more disorganized. That is why skin gradually becomes thinner, looser, and more prone to wrinkling. It is a structural shift, not a sign that you failed to drink enough water. Think of collagen production like building a sturdy wall. You need materials, hydration, and the ability to assemble everything correctly. The materials come from amino acids in the protein you eat. Water provides the environment for cellular processes, but the body also needs key nutrients that allow the building process to actually happen. One of the most important is vitamin C. Without enough vitamin C, the enzymes that create strong collagen fibers cannot work efficiently. Vitamin C acts like an essential helper that allows collagen strands to form correctly and remain stable. When vitamin C is not readily available, the body may still try to produce collagen, but the fibers are weaker and less organized. This internal weakness shows on the outside as sagging, crepey texture, and reduced firmness. Drinking large amounts of water alone cannot correct this. Water hydrates, but it cannot rebuild a weakened framework by itself. There is another factor that becomes more important with age. For water to truly hydrate tissues, it must enter cells effectively. Electrolytes such as sodium and other minerals help regulate fluid movement across cell membranes. Without them, water may pass through the body without deeply hydrating cells. This is why someone can drink plenty of water, yet still feel dry at a cellular level. So the deeper issue is not hydration alone, but the lack of synergy between water, vitamin C, and minerals. The old rule of simply drinking more water worked when collagen production was more efficient. But your biology has changed, and the advice never evolved. The effects of this incomplete approach show gradually. Skin can appear dull because hydration is not being held within a strong structure. It can feel dry even when you are drinking enough. Over time, the dermis thins, elasticity declines, lines deepen, and skin loses that bounce-back quality. It may bruise more easily and develop that fragile, crepey look. These changes can affect confidence, especially when your appearance no longer feels aligned with how alive you feel inside. The encouraging truth is that this is not an irreversible decline. When we understand the mechanism, we can support the body more intelligently. The goal is not to force your body, but to provide what it now needs. A simple adjustment can help make the water you drink more supportive. In a glass of water, add the juice of half a fresh lemon and a very small pinch of quality salt. This combination provides vitamin C along with electrolytes. Together, they support both hydration and the biological processes involved in maintaining collagen. Using room temperature or slightly warm water helps preserve the vitamin C. Drinking it in the morning before meals or between meals may support absorption. Starting with 1 glass daily is enough to build a habit. You may notice improvements in skin hydration and brightness within weeks, while structural changes such as firmness develop more slowly. Collagen rebuilding is gradual, and consistency matters. Your body still has the ability to repair and adapt. It simply requires different support now than it did decades ago. This approach is not about resisting age, but working with your changing biology. Small, consistent steps can lead to meaningful improvements over time. It is never too late to support your skin from within so that your outer appearance better reflects the vitality you still carry.